moving away from the likes, I have 2 questions that I wanted to ask you guys before we end this. The first question is, so at the end of the movie, Cersei gives Sprite the opportunity to become human, to stop being an Eternal and become human, and Sprite accepts it. I want to know, if you were an Eternal and you were given the option to become human, would you take it?
Okay, question. Because I haven't answered, but it depends on the thing. Do I have Sprite's abilities?
That's yeah.
Okay, that's a
like are we putting ourselves in Sprite's place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we just saying
then
like
yes,
Eternal?
if you were in Sprite's position, would
yes.
you?
If I was in Sprite's position, yes. I think because if I qualm it with everything that she experienced, I'd have to 7,000 to be on Earth for 7,000 years and not be able to find love or have people accept you and all that other stuff would be terrible. Mm-hmm. Even if you could do cool tricks with your hands and trick people and all that other stuff, it would only carry you so far. And I don't think that's, and I think that would be a waste of not waste of an existence, but it would be sad.
Who remembers that horror movie where it was the girl who, I think it was called Orphan, and she basically had a disease that made her look like a little girl, and she went to one house and tried to kill the dude's wife.
No idea.
That was an old
I know that movie. What does that have to do with the question?
That's what Sprite reminds me of, and that girl was a creep.
So Sprite reminds you of a psychopathic murderer.
That's just what I thought about when Jay was talking about it. It made me think about her. Because she was like, oh my gosh, I want to find love. And she fell in love with like an old dude, and she started killing folks because she didn't like him.
You always be coming off with some off the wall
stuff. That's what I'm saying.
That's just what it made me think about. That's what it made me think about.
But yeah, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. I'd go. Excuse me, no, it's a yeah. Well, the question was, will we turn into human, right?
Yeah, yes. And you said yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. Being 12 for 7,000 years is not something I would want to do, in all honesty. And going back to the point of what Jay said, her powers can only be expressed to a certain limit. She loved to still tell stories and stuff. Even in the beginning of the movie, she was trying to portray a older woman to try to flirt with this guy. And when he went to go touch her hand, his hands just went straight through. And that showed, she can't take a full form of a full woman's body. She's still in child form, except she's just inside of that,
it was an illusion. Yeah, it was an illusion.
So it can only stretch so far. And that would really suck, just going to bars to, flirt with guys, and you can't have any real interactions,
Relation. Yeah.
What's so funny?
What the hell?
He picturing I know what he's doing. He was picturing her trying to have a relationship.
Exactly. Like don't touch me. Just like, let me just drink my drink and talk. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
I know exactly what Ron laughing about.
Portia knows me.
This man is a fool.
I'm a visual.
As far as me, that's an interesting question. It would really just depend on if I have gotten to the point of where I'm fed up with not being able to, have relations, and then I have to really ask myself, am I willing to give up being an Eternal to become a human just to live and grow for like maybe 60, 70 years, something like that? Would I give up a lifetime just for 70 years, I guess, of a good time? And probably not, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I think I have to find separate ways or something to entertain myself, but I don't think I would have did it.
Okay.
I would give up my powers without a doubt, because the way I interpret the question is immortality versus mortality. And I feel like immortality is the most lackluster, trash-ass ability in the entire world, because just looking at Cersei and how she did find a human that she built a relationship with, and I'm assuming that even if they found other worlds, every living being had a limited lifespan. if I was an eternal, I'm living immortal, I find one human being that I just develop a bond with, fall in love with, all that other stuff. Hell yeah, I'll give up immortality. Because imagine just watching all these people you care about die over and over again. Like, forget, oh, they kill each other through war. They die of disease. They die from cancer. They die from accidents like car crashes. Immortality, I feel like people don't really touch on that enough. Immortality sucks. Like, that is a
But I guess,
horrible ass ability in my perspective.
Yeah.
but I guess let me ask you this, because from Sprite's perspective, she doesn't, outside of the Eternals that she knows, she doesn't have any humans, mortals that she cares
Well,
deeply about, and
but
this was giving her
but-
the opportunity to do that.
To
and
go
that's why
find
it's
that,
even
yeah.
that's
Yeah, I
why
was
it's
about to
even
say,
more so
I
now
think-
she has that opportunity. Plus, the dude she had a
Mhm.
crush on ran into the sun and killed himself. So it's,
I also another thing, but the only thing I think that sucks in terms of like not of taking the opportunity to grow as a human is that she's lived for 7,000 years, and now she has to act like she's a normal kid
Mm-hmm.
and go to school and stuff like that. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that should be the, because my thing is like, what you gonna teach me in history that I don't know? I was there.
This what you signed up for, though.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, not
but I'm saying
necessarily
like that's
go
just
to
the crappy
school,
part of the
though.
deal.
like, she can
I
fall
mean,
in
that's
love now.
That's
you
a
know?
crappy part of the deal. But like she can, but I think the biggest thing about it is though is just like she can experience life, because the thing with the other Eternals, while they were immortal, she couldn't really experience life because everyone was like, "This is a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
You are restricted to the life of a 12-year-old." And I don't know if you remember being 12, Ace. It's not good to an extent.
I mean, I had a decent childhood. I don't know about you, McMillian.
I was in the trenches.
Oh
Ramen
man, Allison, I can't agree with you on that one, big dog.
No, but I'm saying, well, I'm not even saying it though from like basically my child, but I'm saying like imagine it, I'm going off of what folk gave us, and it's basically we have Sprite's existence. Sprite has no parents.
Mm-hmm.
Sprite's family is technically the Eternals, and by the end of this movie, they gone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not great. Is what I'm saying. Like, to be a 12-year-old, to look like a 12-year-old, and then have everything ripped from you, you were probably forced into the system. If that's what happened, I hope that's not what happened, but we won't know until later.
But you got
she went with Kingo though.
Kingo is gone.
No, but
Kingo's
gone.
But
they
you got,
snatched him up.
No, he can't.
But the fact that she lived so long,
yeah,
they
that
snatched
happened.
him up.
Yeah, that did happen.
And everybody else on the spaceship.
when she did leave, though, she left with Kingo before he got snatched.
But also, let me clarify what I mean, like 12-year-old existence. Everyone's gonna look, even though she's smart, she probably has more intelligence than most adult humans. She's gonna be looked down upon all the time.
Right.
People are gonna.
I
feel
wouldn't
like
say most. I would probably say probably all. Because as you just mentioned, she lived for 7,000
I mean,
years.
I was saying most because you had the outliers who are super like smart, like Tony Stark or other people like that.
But
I mean,
also taking into
7,000
consideration,
years, so.
she's been alone for so long. The childhood part isn't even gonna last that long. The end goal is she wants to live the life as an adult and build relationships with people.
I'm just saying she's unfortunately
like that won't be long for her. Like
that
that 6 year 6 years she turned 18. That's 6 years of life going through school and shit. That's not gonna be hard for her. She's been living for 1,000 years.
I guess the other thing is that how do
I think that's the fact that she lives for 1,000 years is gonna make it hard. She has to deal with people constantly undermining her, thinking that she's lesser because of her age, and then also the fact that she's a woman too.
She's been through that,
but at the same time, she could also
I think that's
fast forward it through it because she's so she's she got all this knowledge because she's been living for 7,000 years, so she could express way through that.
I would hope that's the case. I was just saying like it's kind of shitty to have lived so long and then immediately have to go into a place where everyone undermines you because of your age, and then also on top of that she's also got kind of a double negative because women are undermined, unfortunately, in society.
I had fun when I was 12 years old, Jay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm siding with Alex.
I don't like people undermining me just because I was younger, because that's unfortunately like that. When you're 12, until you hit like 20, even at 20, really, they still look at you like you ain't got shit to contribute because you haven't been through enough life. So your opinions don't matter. That was what I was saying, more so that.
Yeah.
I would think that would suck for someone who's lived for 7,000 years.
I was just going to say that I don't. Does her growth acceleration would even match that of a human? Like going from an
That's a good
eternal,
point.
That's what I was
going from
thinking
an
too.
eternal to a human, is she even going to stay 12 that long, or is she just gonna like her growth turns into some weird thing that she wakes up and she has an 18-year-old body?
No, but I mean that would be a shitty deal if she was like if they turned her human, and could you imagine like within a week her age would catch up to what she
Like her
technically
body, she
should have
just turned
been.
to dust in her
And
body.
now
just
she's
That's
gonna be a
what I
real
was
parent.
thinking.
80.
That's what I was thinking.
She just
like
turned 80 like next week or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that might be something that they touch on in the second movie. Like, how is she dealing with everybody being gone? And the other thing that I brought up is that if she decides to or ever thinks about it, she could just go with Fasto's family, who knows that they're Eternals, and she would at least have some connection to them.
I didn't even. Oh my god!
So she could just go with them.
That
Like
little
if
boy,
those are the only people that she had left, you know.
that little boy saw his daddy
he
get
got
snatched up
snatched
by
up
Jesus.
too, though.
Yeah.
He got snatched up too, though.
For my answer for the question, I'm with Ace. I'm gonna say no. I'm not turning into a human. One, and I would. The only reason I would say yes is because I don't want to get snatched up. That would be the only reason I say yes. So I wouldn't get snatched up with the rest of them. But I'm gonna have to go no. Like, I did like Sprite's powers, and me.
You know, a question: did she say they were going to lose her? Did they actually say when they turned human that she was going to lose her abilities?
Do humans have abilities?
Huh?
Do humans have abilities?
Yeah,
meta-humans.
Marvel Cinematic.
Meta-humans.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Could be an
Humans do
Avenger.
have abilities.
But that is a good question, though. Did she lose her powers when she became human? And they don't show her using it afterwards, so we don't know if she still has them or not. But
yeah, that's actually that was like, you know what, in the Marvel universe, some humans do have powers, so
Right.
that's
I
very
can see
possible.
it from the side
I
that
guess.
immortality does get lonely. We've seen it with Wolverine, that he
Mhm.
got lonely with having immortality and outliving people and not being able to die. Like, even in the moments where he really wanted to die, he knew that he could not. So I see from the immortality purposes, like, why you would give it up. But me, I feel like I would just be chilling. Maybe I would want to dip around in some romance, but I don't know. Given all the things that she can do and all of the things out in the world that I could do, I don't know.
You can't ride roller coasters.
What you mean I can't ride roller coasters?
You're not high enough.
If I illusion myself to be high enough, yes, I can ride the roller coaster.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you get flung from the roller coaster.
Exactly. You're gonna slip out the seat. You're gonna slip out the seat, goddamn.
See, I was about to say you could.
Listen, so it goes back to Ace's thing. What if I grow my powers where I can sit in the roller coaster seat? You know what I'm saying?
You're going. The seat
gonna
come down and hit your neck, and when it should be on your stomach, like it's gonna come down.
And all the things y'all worried about, y'all worried about
roller
riding on a roller
coaster.
coaster.
That's what I'm saying.
The little things in life are the things that are going to get you.
One, I don't really fool with roller coasters like that, so case closed.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I think with the whole thing with being immortal is like it's great for the first couple of years, but then eventually you realize how little you cannot do, especially if you are stuck in a small child's body.
I agree with you, but I'm gonna give up possibly my powers of being immortal to become a human.
I mean, your powers are just illusions, though.
A human, though.
Like it'd be different if you were.
We over here acting like being a human is just the hot stuff now.
Let's not act like illusionists are just the bottom of the barrel type superpower.
She could go meet Iron Man and say, "Hey, I met your grandfather. Can I have an outfit?"
Iron Man is dead, so
Peppa Pig or whatever the fuck his girl name.
Not Peppa Pig.
You need to
leave. You need to leave.
She could go talk to her and be like, "I want an Iron Man suit. Do you know what I did? I saved Babylon."
I don't
You can
know.
do something.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would give up my powers. I don't.
It's a
I mean,
it's a no for me,
I
dog.
I don't know, and it's maybe just me being power hungry and just want to be a big eternal. Sure, but
If it was
I don't.
anything other than illusions, I'd agree. But it's just illusions.
But
it is just illusions, and it's
I
not.
don't have to use it. I just
And it's
get
not
to
like
live. I just get to
Sharingan.
live forever. I guess I feel where you guys are coming from by saying yes, but I think I would just be chilling. I think I would just be chilling.
I get both of y'all. It's just for me, if it was like if you were like, oh, you get Cersei's powers, I'd be like, sure, yeah, cool.
I see.
I'll be immortal.
So I see what he power biased. I see.
Yeah. Oh, hell
Yes.
yeah. Just I ain't about to live at the age of 12
So
for a
you
century
power
just to make lights in the air or turn myself in, pretend I'm fucking 50 or some shit like that.
Like
no.
if I had super speed and could run all over the planet, yeah, it would take some contemplating to figure out if I want to get rid of my power. That's.
But think about it though. You live long enough, you might figure out how to get some more powers.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe?
I
don't know,
advance.
but that's like. I mean, that's a big if.
It's a big if.
Yeah.
I mean,
they already said they can't
I
evolve.
got time to make that if come true though.
I mean, she did too, and look what happened.
I'm just saying. I mean, look. I'm just glad I'm not the odd one out here by myself this time. It's all right though. So you know.
Eternals for life.
Alex said he got PTSD from one episode.
He said he glad he wasn't. It wasn't another 100% moment. You know.
But I guess McMillian did bring up a good point. Even if I got turned into a human and I still got to keep my powers, I might turn human if I get to keep my powers. That would be the one question I ask. I get to keep my powers. Nah, dog, you can't keep up. Never mind. No deal.
If I get to keep my powers, you know where I'm going? Straight to a New York man, straight to the New York suburbs on that bald man's manor, being like, "Hey, let me in. I want my X-Men suit. Let me in. Let me in."
Not you going to Xavier.
Xavier, going straight to Xavier. What's good, dog?
Was in the movie.
I'm turning to Mystique 2.0.
What's funny, when I was watching the movie, I was like, Jay, this is where they introduced the X-Men, is Jon Snow finna say, I got to tell you about my family. My real name is Logan or some shit.
You give up being eternal just to go be an X-Man? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes.
But you could have just did that regardless.
Now we're IP biased. Yes. Something wrong with the X-Men.
I've always been IP biased.
But I'm saying what he's saying he would have did is not like he couldn't have did that no way.
I mean, you're not wrong, probably, but yes.
I guess an unsuspecting X-Men recruit, because he show up and then this big celestial show up. But
this is my dad.
That's my creator right there.
What's up, y'all? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get more updates from the mob. For the full discussion and more discussions like this one, click the link in the description. Thanks for watching.
Rock with it, let me pop my shit, let me pop my shit, hands up.